Massachusetts! Let them hear you! Let's go! Then Plymouth, Massachusetts! Let them hear you! Let's go! Then Plymouth, Massachusetts! Let them hear you! Let's go! Then Plymouth, Massachusetts! Let them hear you! Let's go!
What's going on? Hello, hello. We'll bring Andy right in. What's going on, buddy?
I know. I was like, oh shit, there's me. All right, what's happening? It's fight week.
I pulled a curveball, threw right to Andy.
Oh yeah, threw. I swung and missed at the curve. I was like, hey, it's live. Normally there's a point, but that time it wasn't. Just shocking everybody on fight week. But hey, cheers, everybody.
Cheers. For sure. Cheers for sure. It is fight week. Fight fest. Let's go.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know how we're going to pull it off, but I know we're going to. The how doesn't matter. The win is Friday and Saturday. That's what's relevant at this point in time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's
Don't mind me. I'm going to try to fix my audio.
there you go. Yeah, man. Honestly, yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do it. Listen, we know how we're gonna do it. We're gonna pull it off. That's all I know. You know, back in the day, we just, you know, it was a wild undertaking, but I'm known to do crazy things in my life. You only live once, so let's go all out and put 33 fights on in 2 days. So
It can be done. Don't tell anybody it can't be done, especially not cage fights.
Nah, man, let's go. I mean, honestly, like I said before, from the very start, the support has been amazing from all the fight camps and things like that. The amount of fighters who wanted to be a part of this, you know, and just some of the matchups that we made as well for both nights. Like they're incredible. There's so many cool storylines, so many, you know, fight night one, you know, Ring Titans won. Obviously, the excitement of it being the first time ever doing ring, and you know, so many cool storylines there. We got the amateur MMA title fight at the top of the card. We actually designed a brand new belt for our first ever Ring Titans title with Everett Terrain and Johnson. So I forget his name, Semja. I always think it's James Johnson, but I don't think he goes by that. But either way, the first ever, you know, Ring Titans title. I'm excited to get that and showcase that. Xavier Cardona, we added him last minute. It's yeah, man. It's just it's there's so many cool things going on in the 2 days. I know Kadu Lanes is on the card. I mean, sorry, on the line. We're going to bring him in a minute. I don't know if he's having problems with his camera, but if he switches his cameras, we can see his face and bring him in. But, you know, that was the one bummer. You know, we don't get to see Kadu Lanes and Carter Whitty. Carter Whitty got injured, so it looks like we're going to push that title fight back. And it actually might end up being Ash Rao and Kadu Lanes, because I knew Ash was coming back in November anyway, so he was going to fight the winner of Whitty and Kadu. So it looks like he might just go right, skip the interim, go right to the title fight. But yeah,
Yeah, definitely a bummer that that fight's fallen off for this weekend, but it's stacked regardless. There's so much action. I see a lot of debuting fighters taking on other debuting fighters, so not a lot of information to go on either day, but it all culminates into some heavy experience at the top of the card on both days. So it's Fight Fest. It's a festival of fighting.
Violence.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of thuds. There's going to be blood. There's going to be so much fun. I dreamed of this day. I dreamed of this weekend as a kid, and now it's here. Did you freeze? Please tell me you're frozen. Yeah, you got to be frozen. You on the Wi-Fi? Well, looks like it's just me. So yeah, get your tickets now. Both days. Hit up your fighters before they're cutting weight. I know the logistics so far. Before we get into breaking down fight by fight, give the boss man a moment to get back in.
On fight night, we would have our problems. Andy, you're up.
Yeah, no, I've started doing that already, but yeah. So Thursday is when it all starts. That's weigh-ins for Thai Titans. Thai Titans 1. That's the fights that are occurring on Friday. So weigh-ins are going to be taking place Memorial Hall. Am I getting
it all?
Not
Thai Titans. It's Ring Titans, Andy.
Ring Titans. Oh, geez. Ring Titans. Ring Titans. I know. I'm dropping the ball at the gate. We're having technical issues. I'm fucking up the name. But Ring Titans taking place Friday. The weigh-ins Thursday at Memorial Hall. And then Friday, before Ring Titans, we're having weigh-ins for Cage Titans 73 taking place Saturday night. So while the ring is being set up, we're going to be holding the weigh-ins simultaneously. And then once the ceremonial weigh-ins are done Friday, everyone's out the building, and then everyone comes into the building seated for Ring Titans. And then once that's done, after party, wake up Saturday, get yourself a breakfast, and then get ready for fights again on Saturday night. And the rest is history. So that's pretty much the logistics of the weekend leading up, starting on Thursday. The kamikaze shit show that's going to happen on Friday with the weigh-ins and the setup going on simultaneously. And then it's just nothing but violence for the rest of the weekend.
There you go. Real quick, Steve Rita, we actually bought all brand new stuff. So we don't need gloves, shin guards. I think we got, I just went out and bought all new stuff. So I think we're good for shin guards and all the stuff for Friday night. So we're covered there. So just to get that out of the way, Rita. But anyways, yeah, man, what are you drinking? Scotch already?
Some brandy.
Oh, well, brandy. Oh, he's being fancy tonight on Table Times. But anyways, so
it's cheaper than Scotch, actually.
What was that?
It's cheaper than Scotch.
So we bring in we're this is open phone lines. I know Brian Russell's trying to call in, but we got Kadu Lanes. Kadu, bring up your camera so I can pull it up. There we go. Here we go. Kadu, what's going on, my man?
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Pulver? How you doing?
Oh, you can just call me Michael. Just you don't have to be all formal, man. How you feeling?
A little disappointed about this weekend. I was really looking forward to fighting Carter. But hey, whatever you guys have me back for, whether it's Ash or Carter, I'm always down.
Yeah, man. You know, obviously this was a highly anticipated matchup with the two of you guys. You've done an incredible run all year. You know, finishes, undefeated. You know, obviously we'll get the boring, the sad stuff out of the way. What was kind of the going through your head when you got that call that he was out with? You know, what was your immediate reaction?
Like immediate disappointment. Like I was preparing. I was super hyped up. I wanted to fight Carter for a while, actually. It's something between me and my coach. Like I always wanted to fight him. He's like a big thing in the Cage Titans community, and I thought it'd be a great like matchup. So it's a bummer that couldn't happen. I did call out Ash though. So you know, there's always that path forward, even if it doesn't have to be through Carter. You know.
Yeah, you know, listen, that's kind of the thing. You know, we talked when I told Ash we were going to kind of put this belt up for grabs. Like, hey, no disrespect, Ash. Whenever you decide to come back, whether it's pro or amateur, you're going to fight probably the winner of these guys. And he's like, listen, I'll be back in November, so I'll take on the winner. Now he just kind of, we might miss out on that exciting matchup with you and Carter, but that could always come back around if it looks like Ash, so either way, kind of getting through the bad stuff. Obviously disappointed, but you got to have somewhat excitement because you got a couple teammates fighting for titles. I think there's a total of 8 or 9 guys from Back to Basics fighting.
Yeah, exactly. There's 9 of my boys fighting. I'm super excited. It's as much of it is a bummer that I'm not going to be competing. It's going to be great to support my team. They've been there every single fight for me, and it's my turn now to be in their corner and cheer them on and fight for success. So far this year, Back to Basics, we're 7-0, 6 finishes. We're going to be going for 16-0 this weekend.
Jeez, man, incredible. Honestly, and you're looking to add some hardware. You got Jacobo Opito up for the grabs for the bantamweight title. You got Eric Wynn fighting for the lightweight amateur title. You got Everett Terrain fighting for the lightweight Ring Titans title. I think I got them all right. Yeah, so you got some hardware coming back if you guys are successful. Give us some insight. Give us a little inside scoop. Who's the guy that obviously all your teammates, but out of the 8 or 9 guys, let's get your prediction. Who's going to be on the tip of everybody's tongue come Sunday morning when they're recapping Fight Fest?
I mean, Back to Basics, we got so many cool guys. We got Eric Wynn. He's always a standout when he performs. That's my boy right there. Jacobo, always crazy performances, highlights, knockouts, crazy submissions you've never seen before. But as for people you guys haven't seen yet, I want to highlight my boy. We have Roger Santos. He's going to be competing for the first time. He's an 0-0 going up against a 1-0 guy. Watch out for him. That's going to be you'll blink and you'll miss it. Raphael, he is also debuting. He's quite a character here. Yeah, you guys are gonna love him. He's gonna have a great performance.
I said 1. You're going over the whole damn team.
Hey, no, like I can't. You know what I mean? Like the team, we're star-studded. I'd say. Like
man, you can't
we're
talk.
Stop.
It's true. I always say 1 more too. So I
Hey,
hear you. So everybody, it's fair to say everybody we're gonna look out for.
Literally everybody.
Nice.
It's gonna be a night to remember for Back to Basics in Cage Titans history.
Listen, man, I love it. I think that the most we had one time was South Shore Sport Fighting went 8-0 one time. So you guys could either tie that record or beat that. What did we say? 9 of you guys? Total?
9. Yep.
So you guys could beat that record. You might take the record. You can finish the night 9-0, the most amount of fights from one school on a given night. We'll call it the weekend though. Is it fair to talk? You have some other like more important things. Not that fighting's not important, but after this fight weekend, you're joining. Has this been announced? Got what you're doing after this?
Yeah, I'm going to the Navy actually. I'm gonna be going to basic in November. I don't know if I guess I'll announce it now. Yeah, the Navy in November. So
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I didn't know if it was like common knowledge.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I was trying to go on this crazy run before I had to go. It really sucks, honestly, that I couldn't get it done. Speaking of, actually, I got my boy Roger over here. He's in the middle of his weight cut. I was just talking about this boy right here. But yeah, it's him. But back to the Navy. Yeah, I'm gonna be serving the country for a little bit, and then I'll be doing the reserves. And then I'll be back fighting in the new year.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, we wish you all the best with that. And sorry that I dropped the ball. I dropped the bomb if that wasn't ready for everybody to know. I thought it was kind of common knowledge. My bad on that. So we wish you all the best there. Hopefully it's after November 15th, basic. So that's the only thing we got to hope for is after November 15th, so you can get that title fight. And hopefully, if things go well, you can be on your way to the military with a nice Cage Titans title around your waist.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have a feeling I will be defending next year. So that'll be the goal, the plan. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, before we let you go, I do appreciate you calling in. Nick Hyla says, Who does y'all hair on Newberry?
Yeah, that's kind of we kind of do a lot of hair stuff here. Back to basics. I go to this guy on Brancato Barber on Newberry Street. He cuts my hair. Jacobo has his own guy. Rest assured, he's already got his crazy haircut for this this fight. I'm not gonna show you guys quite yet, but
All right.
I'll leave it let it be a surprise. You guys will see on weigh-ins.
So do you get your hair dyed by that barbershop, or do you do the dyeing yourself?
No, I do the dyeing myself. Jacobo has someone that does it for him.
Yeah.
I just get it cut and then I dye it. Either like my sister or my girlfriend will do it for me, or I'll do it myself.
Whoa! You just dropped another bomb. You weren't supposed to say you have a girlfriend. That goes totally against the whole the whole persona of the gym going on right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I slipped a little bit. Yeah, the mask.
Yeah. We'll just say that Eric's your girlfriend. Then we'll just go with
Eric. Yeah, Eric's my side thing.
Nice. Well, Kadu, man, bummed that we won't be able to see you perform. You've had an incredible year, but good things come to those who wait. We'll get to see you in there soon enough to win that title or fight for that title. We look forward to seeing the 9 guys from Back to Basics. Any last things you want to shout out before we let you run?
Shout out Jeff Perez. He's a madman. Getting all these guys in the same card. It would have been 11 or 12. A few fights fell off.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to that guy. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, man. Jeff Perez, crazy. He popped up in my memories the other day from like 13 years ago. He won knockout of the night on the Cage Titans back in like 2013 or 14. It was up in my memories. So yeah, shout out Jeff Perez. I got the privilege of coming by the gym a few weeks ago. Unbelievably nice gym. Unbelievable team that you guys are building. It really is incredible. So I wish you guys all the best this weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, my man. There we go. Kadu Lane's calling it. Yeah, so obviously a little bummed out that Kadu's not going to be able to perform, but he's had an incredible year so far, and it's unfortunate part of the sport. Sometimes injuries happen, fights fall off.
That they do, especially if you're training as hard as Carter Woody does. So rest up, recover well, Carter Woody. Can't wait to see you back in action. And looks like Kadu has good spirits about him, and his eyes are still on the prize and focused, and has good things going for him. So always good to see that, despite the unfortunate events unfolding with his fight falling out. But
yes, I feel bad. I was extra bummed out when his fight fell off. Obviously, I wanted to see that fight, but the part that really kind of knifed me is that I knew about the military thing. So I was like, shit, dude, this was his last chance to fight before he goes off. Like, this was his dream. And then when Jeff told me, he's like, it looks like it's actually not going to happen until November. We're like, so there's still hope that he can kind of get his dream of fighting for that title before he goes off into the military. So fingers crossed that it's after November 15th. But there we go. Up next, we got Nick. We got Nick Heiler, the man behind the social media. I'm going to let you two talk because my son messaged me while we were online, and he can't get his kata stat, so he's freaking out. He's like, Dad, I know you're online, but I need you, Dad. And listen, I love you guys all, but I got to be a dad first. So let me go take this call. I'll let you and Nick chop it up, talk some fights, and I'll be right back. There you go.
Hey, what's going on?
Peace.
what's happening, Nick Heiler?
Oh, man, it's good to see you. Happy Fight Fest week.
That it is. They got a mad echo.
I do?
Matt, Nick,
I do.
Nick, cut your speaker or whatever up.
On my speaker?
And no, still echoing.
You only set
Better?
check out echo
Better?
cancellation.
Nah.
Noise cancellation?
We're gonna wait for Paul Vera to pop back in. Try to coach you through that.
Anything better?
Well, I think that did it.
That did it?
I think so.
All right, we're here. Happy
All
Fight
right,
Fest.
then we're all set. Yes, indeed. Happy Fight Fest. Like, I don't know how we're going to pull it off. I know that we're going to, though. It's
Just off the top, Andy, do you have any festival experience? Did you go to any music festivals growing up or stuff like that?
Not like that, but I've been on some benders.
Yeah, so like we have to treat it like we're getting ready for a bender. Like if your boy
Oh, I
calls you up
am.
and it's like, yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I very much am. There's a lot of preparation that goes into any fight weekend. But for the back-to-back nights, a lot of logistics. It's mostly like the logistics in between that I'm not worried, but it's just those are the curveballs that are handling. But when it comes to just the doors opening and the show starting, that's uncanny stuff. Once the fighters start performing the way that they do and the atmosphere electrifies, that's what it's all about. I'm excited to see how the ring looks in the middle of
oh,
Memorial.
that's gonna be such a trip. That's gonna be such a trip.
And I honestly think it's going to be a spectacle in and of itself for that intermission on Friday to see the breakdown of the ring and the shifting of the cage into its place. That's
I think
just
this might be a time to so Phil, our lighting guy, honestly one of the best in the business. I love working with him. I love that. Also, maybe the fans don't notice this, but he adds and tinkers with things every show to make something different. And we notice it show to show, because we're, kind of in the production and the show. But yeah, I would love it if during that intermission, like maybe he set something up to we still have enough light to work, but there is a bit of a spectacle around it. I think a cool light show around the cage coming out.
yeah. I remember one time a big production being at Memorial Hall. Well, we had the weigh-ins there, and they had a show Friday. We're in the back room, and obviously we had our show Saturday. But just watching the pit crew break down the entire ensemble and shit, it was kind of neat to watch them coordinate and operate in real time. So we're going to get a chance to see something of that nature taking place at Memorial Hall in between the Muay Thai and MMA section, where we're going to be hosting fights in the ring versus the cage on Friday. And that just leads into Saturday, which is 16 fights of MMA madness going down. So yeah, it's an event that I know Pulver's talked about it a bunch, that we had on tap back in 2020, in April of 2020. And then obviously the lockdowns happened and the world went curveball-y and strange for a little while there. And we've totally been prepared for this before, but now that it's coming close to execution, it's just, I know I'm tinkled about it. You mentioned Phil, who I'm sure has had his opinions on it, but he's ready to go.
Well, we've tinkered with this idea for a while. I mean, we did the doubleheader, and we realized, well, that almost kills
doubleheaders.
us.
There's been two doubleheaders.
Two doubleheaders that almost killed us twice. And although I think it was a cool concept, we were trying to figure out, it's like, okay, can we tinker with this a little? So he thought about at one point, and I'm glad we never did this, like running two concurrent shows against each other, like one going here and one going here, an amateur show and a pro show. And I was thinking, please never do that. Don't split the audience, keep it up. But I think Fight Fest, the fervor and the curiosity around this, because I watch all the social media stuff and see what the fans are posting, see what media is talking about. This one going into it, it just feels a lot different. And I think the Cage Titans Saturday card as a standalone card would be amazing and just worthy of a big September show. I'm so excited for that. But the added addition of Ring Titans and that element of we're stepping out and doing something different, and also creating experience that people can have a full weekend around, which I think is the best time to be in New England around September, fall, late summer or fall. The vibes are great. Everybody's home. It's going to be a miraculous weekend, I feel. And I'm just excited from top to bottom to see how everybody's what they're going to bring to this, because I've been doing some short calls with the sponsors, been doing some short calls with some of the media members. Yeah, man, everybody's really locked in on this one in a way that we really haven't seen before. It's very cool. Going into this week, we're averaging about 2 million views a week on our social media from all of our backlog catalog, and things have just been on a steady increase going into fight week. So, if we do what we do, it's going to be something that's going to, well, here's the thing. We're going up against Canelo Crawford this weekend. We're not going to beat them, but we can definitely make some noise in MMA that weekend if we just do our thing. And I'm excited to just go out there and do the thing.
Indeed. Yeah, I think that the introduction of the Muay Thai kickboxing that we've done over the years in the cage, it's been a spectacle in and of itself. But to introduce the roped off ring first time out, it's certainly an added element to, as you said, doing what we do. And there's just so many names that have never graced the fight card before. It's been a while since we've had this many debuting fighters who we have literally no information on whatsoever, other than their coaches telling us that they're ready.
And it's a different scene. It's a different scene than ours. Like I think we can acknowledge that we're stepping into a territory that in mixed martial arts, you know, we've been the real now. For Muay Thai, this is going to be our introduction to kind of doing something. I think we have a lot of advantages to what we're doing, but yeah, man, I'm excited that the Muay Thai community, like we're just getting to know them and we're just starting to find out who these guys are, who these gyms are, who the coaches are. And just like, you know, with the new MMA teams that have come in over the years, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to break out and be the reason. It's like, well, now I got to see that person at the next Ring Titans, or we got to see that matchup go at the next Ring Titans. And I can't wait for the same thing that like where people have kind of gotten into the whole culture of Cage Titans. I hope Ring Titans becomes its own little world as well, where Muay Thai people feel it's like, oh man, we have a promotion that feels like Cage Titans, but it's ours. And I can't wait to see it stand alone. Also, like as much as I want it, how do you feel about MMA in the ring? Because honestly, I felt like, you know, yeah, moving the cage is going to be a cool spectacle, but I also kind of like, I was watching some old Pride earlier today. MMA in the ring is kind of cool. I know it's never worked in North America, but I like it.
Yeah, I've seen it done in North America, and obviously I'm a huge fan of Pride. I remember watching Pride growing up back in the day as a kid, and it's certainly a vintage vibe. I would not be opposed to it whatsoever, giving it a shot, but I just also have no problem doing the shift with the cage there. Just to keep it simple there. But we've done Muay Thai in the cage. That's always turned out well. People enjoy that. The fighters enjoy it. I fought Muay Thai in the cage. It's that's cool. So but fuck it, I would try MMA in the ring as well. I think that a couple of differentiating factors. You don't get the chance to use the cage to get up, so it might even be more advantageous to a grappler if there's like a reset, if you're about to go out of the ring and you got to get kind of set back to the middle. But I wouldn't be opposed to it. It's not happening this time, but
No, it's definitely not. But I think it's something for maybe the future, and also just for just like the idea of Ring Titans kind of becoming its own thing. And I like this idea of having different rule sets that allows like cool matchups to happen that maybe we wouldn't get in the context of MMA. Like you look at Randy and Joe Penafiel, like that fight coming together shows that it's like, hey man, like really any fight can kind of happen at any time now if we want to just put it at a rule set that works for both guys. And I think that's such a great precedent for this going forward, for guys staying active and doing cool stuff.
Yeah, that's insane that fight came together too. You mentioned that because as we're talking about the Fight Fest, and it's truly a festival because we're getting amateur Muay Thai, we're getting pro Muay Thai, we're having small glove Muay Thai and MMA all in the same night. That just is the appetizer on the weekend into the standard Cage Titans numbered event, which is just all MMA, from amateur debutants, amateur title fights, to the professional card. So yeah, to your point, it's just the small glove professional Muay Thai fight is just another angle of the festival and another reason to tune in. Just a tiny little tweak, little difference, and something that it's not a differentiator, but it's a difference. You're just going to see something truly different for the first time.
Oh yeah, can't wait. Cannot wait for that one. And just props. And for that like insane fight, you have to have two insane individuals. And I think we got two guys that are just the best type of crazy to do it. And I can't wait for that one so much.
They definitely are a certain type of crazy, both of those guys. But yeah,
you guys got to start.
He got his kata start, so he's on hold. He's like, Dad, I can't believe you got off the show. He was watching the show. He knew we were on air. So, but yeah, he looks like he's in good shape. But anyways, thanks for filling some time, Nick. Nick, you wanted to talk about the media list. I know
Yes.
some people have been in the DM. So the floor is yours. We have Brian Russell. He's already on the line. So we're going to pull him in right after you. So Nick, the floor is yours. Tell everybody about the media list for this weekend, when the deadlines are, and the whole flow. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, guys. So the media list is now open for Fight Fest. So this is how it's going to work this time. We've been having a little bit of a thing with running out of passes. So we are going to have a limited amount of space, but we will give confirmation. The media list is open from now until Wednesday night. We will have it posted in our story. We will have it posted on our social media. We will also do the people that will have priority for media passes are people who have shot for us before in the past and who have provided great content for us. We love our media space. We want to give them the best space to make great content and help them work while also respecting our staff and everybody who paid to be there that night. So the media list will be posted on our Instagram story, on all of our social media, right as soon as I jump off of here. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. We're going to make sure everybody's accommodated. And please, if anybody is new and you want to try to make the Saturday show, because everybody focuses on Saturday, newer media members, we're going to be looking who's coming Friday to who gets passed in on Saturday. So please, if you're new, try to make time to make it to both events. We really implore you because it's going to be such an awesome night to make content. Please come out. We good?
We're good, Nick. And honestly, on that, I'm glad you brought it up. I was going to say, priority will be given to those, just to reiterate, priority will be given to those who come Friday in terms of getting a pass for Saturday. Saturday's event is as full as it gets from tickets. If you notice online, it's sold out online. Media passes. So, not putting stipulations, but putting stipulations. We have to limit the amount of passes we give out. So if you come on Friday, you'll have higher priority when we get close to the limit for Saturday.
Yes.
And
we'll send confirmations. We'll make sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. So perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Nick, for tuning in. Be sure to tune into all of our social media. We are Cage Titans. Cage Titans on Instagram. We are Ring Titans. We are Grappling Titans. All the TikToks, the X, the YouTube, all that fun stuff. We're going to cram content down your throat for this week. So just say,
I like it. All right. Shout out to Louie and Jason. Appreciate all the help. Shout out to the media team that helps us. We're going to be busy this weekend. Let's go.
All right, let's go, Nick. There you go. Perfect. All right, here we go. So next up, speaking of the media team, this guy's dad was a part of Cage Titans team for 13 years. I think he's our longest tenured guy besides myself and my wife. Adam Russell. He actually has been a long-time DJ. He fought you, Andy, so you're very familiar with him. Integral part of our production. He's kind of, I would say like the heartbeat or the breath of the show where, he's keeping the pace with the music, he's keeping the atmosphere going and timing the walkouts and all that stuff. So
he is the vibe.
He's got the vibe. He's feeling the vibe.
He is the vibe.
He's the vibe. And his son, we were talking about my son whose car's all messed up and he finally got it started to answer Rob Picos. But Adam Russell's son will be making his Ring Titans debut. So without further ado, we got the man himself, Brian Russell.
How we doing, everyone? How's everyone doing?
We're living the life, man. What are you over at college right now?
Yeah, I'm at school right now, actually, in one of
Nice.
a little study dorm over here. Only place with Wi-Fi on campus.
Doing homework before the weight cut.
Something like that. I got a little bit more homework to do after this, but that's it. Last homework before the weight cut.
Busy man.
Yep, we got to stay busy.
How is this getting ready for the fight? And how excited are you? Very much kind of grew up around Cage Titans. You've been around. I mean, I want to say he's been around 13 years. You're 18 years old, so a good majority of your life you've been somewhat involved with Cage Titans. They've been around. So how is it to kind of be here now, watching it as you grew up, and now finally being able to do it yourself?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you said I've been around it forever. Like with my dad being here for 14 years and the DJ, he's been here for a while. So I've been to most of the cage sign events, and yeah, I'm excited to finally be able to do it. It's been a dream of mine for like ever, being around it as long as I've been around it, and finally in like a fight camp, it's been good. I've been feeling good. Weight's going good. The training was good. Just it's all led up to this moment for the past like years. Like you said, I've been to most of the cage signs events, and yeah, I'm excited to finally do it.
Nice. Also, not only been a part of Cage Sign, you're a part of the Plymouth community. You're a Plymouth High graduate.
Yep.
Now, what, your freshman or sophomore year of college now?
Sophomore year. So I graduated Plymouth North High School 2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's go back in time, and when your dad was fighting Andy, what was it like watching your dad kind of like walk to the cage and fight and go through that? What was it like for you as a kid? That was what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, I believe it was 2021, if
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
was.
mistaken.
Yep.
So what was it like when he came to you and said he was fighting? And then what was it like watching him get ready for it?
So I know obviously I was like 14 then. It was nice. I mean, he told me he wanted to fight forever. Like that was one of his dreams, like along with my dreams. So I knew that like that's something he wanted to do forever. And then when the time finally came and the fight finally got announced, I mean, it was definitely some excitement in the family and then some like nervousness. 'Cause obviously, like, family members going into the cage, getting punched in the face, but just how it is. But walking down to the cage, I mean, I walked down with them to the cage, and it was definitely like one of the most surreal moments of my life, being able to like watch him fight and like be like, oh, I want to do this one day. Like, I want to get in there as well. But yeah, it was awesome watching him fight, watching him and Andy share the ring.
Very
That
cool.
was a great time. I think that was the first time I met you and
Yeah.
Bronson, and the emotions were crazy then. And it's just, I was beyond thrilled when I heard that you were stepping in and catching up with your mother every week since I've been playing down at Main Street. She's been filling me in about how the training's been going, and just truly inspirational to see it come full circle. And flash forward 4 years, you're going to be making your debut in there as well, and couldn't be more thrilled for it. Like, how excited now! The moment's here. Now this is fight week. Is it like settling in different for you now?
A little bit actually. It's been like on and off. Like I've been obviously excited for since it's been announced, since I finally like got a name to be able to fight. Obviously, I wanted to fight like last year. It didn't come through, unfortunately. And then I was like, all right, I want to do an MMA fight in November. But then my dad and Polvere reached out like, hey, would you like to do a Muay Thai fight for like ring titans? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like the sooner the better. I want to just get in there. So that was obviously since it's been announced, I've been excited. But now it's like 4 days away now, and I'm like, let's get to it. Like I'm ready. It's time to fight. It's pretty much the excitement's taken over now for good. That's for sure.
Yeah. Talking to your dad, that was kind of my mindset was kind of, hey, listen, I know you were a wrestler, and you wanted to fight MMA, but it was just like, hey, listen, man, why don't we try to get him a stand-up fight? Just kind of get used to doing a little stand-up to mix it all in and kind of get the jitters out. That was kind of the mindset of talking to him. And then there was a couple crazy nights after we made the fight. Like your dad texted me late at night, like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, I'm putting my kid in a fight. Like, you sure it's a good fight for him? I'm like, listen, I can't promise who's going to win or lose, but all I can do is, my license is on the line that I make fair matchups. It's a fair matchup. It's a fight. I try to tell people all the time, you don't know when the lights go on and the doors close, how people are going to react. But, the best I can tell you is that it's a nice, good, fair matchup, and may the best man win. I'm going to have a little fun with this next question. Nick, get ready. You win your fight. What do you say? You want to get some revenge for your dad and call out Andy?
I don't know about that one. I'm trying to do an MMA fight, not another Muay Thai fight after that. That would be fun, though. I mean, Andy's an amazing guy. I love Andy.
Oh man, that would be funny. I'm retired. I haven't been training. I'm I'm old and fragile now, but
Andy's just the announcer now.
yeah, I'm I think I'm retired after that. That was I was
Andrew
retired
Winter.
before then, and I stepped out of retirement to fight your dad, and we had fight of the year. I'm happy hanging it out, but that would be something.
It'd be funny. He's like, Andrew Winter, Brian Russell. And then you just walk over, grab the mic out. Give me the fucking mic. You're next. Like Goldberg
That'd be
back in
like
the day.
that'd be like some
You're next.
WWE thing.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Yeah, that would be our Brock Lesnar DC moment, though.
Yeah.
No,
I
yeah.
will say that Andy is definitely retired because there was a few years back. Anytime there was a pullout, Andy would be like, "All right, boss, you need me to, just take the fight to, the save the fight." That happened quite a bit. Like they'd be like, "All right, I'll fight this guy. I'll fight this guy if you need somebody." You haven't had that conversation with me for a while, Andy.
Yeah. Well, I was wired a little different back then, and focusing on other things now. Definitely, I respect it too much. I haven't even trained to even think that I'm remotely ready for a fight camp whatsoever. But yeah, I'm sticking to the analyst guns and just beyond stoked. I know firsthand how tough and exciting your dad is as a fighter, and I'm stoked to see it and be on the other side of the cage, calling your fight. And yeah, like I said, this story, I'm kind of personally tied to it a little bit, and it's rare that happens in a fight, but I'm beyond thrilled for it and super excited, and just have heard nothing but tremendous things about how hard you've been working and training, and yeah, can't wait to tell the story.
I appreciate it.
So I'm definitely stirring the pot at the Russell household. Lisa, this is for all the nights that I would come see you at your bar and you would overserve me. So I'm stirring it up for you today. Between you, Bronson, and your dad, a fight breaks out in the Russell household. Who's winning?
I mean, it's obviously me. There's too much experience through all of it. I think I definitely win.
What's the pecking order?
What do you mean, like who? The order of who wins?
Yeah.
I mean, me in first. Yeah, me in first, and then probably my dad's got a little bit more size and strength on Bronson, and then Bronson.
What about where's your mom mixing it? I think she takes all you guys out.
I think she probably. Yeah, mom's always win. We know that.
Thanks for wins.
She did say to me last time I hung out with her, she said that maybe she's gonna throw her name in the hat one of these days.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she did tell me that once. I mean, there were a few drinks involved, so I don't know how truthful it was. But there was one time we were all, I think your dad and your mom are out on like one of their Sunday date nights, and they called me, and we were gonna meet up with them. Me and my wife were gonna meet up with him, and she's like, "I'm gonna fight. If he says he's gonna fight, I'm gonna fight."
Oh, maybe you'll hold her to it and see.
Bronson said he's wiping this guy, so I'm assuming he said he's wiping. Yeah, and your mom did some cartwheels, so maybe that means she really is gonna fight.
Shit.
There you go. Well, Brian, any last people you want to shout out before we let you go? We need to get you studying too.
Yeah, gotta get some done.
Back to studying, but before we let you go, the floor is yours. Any last?
Yeah, I mean, before I go, obviously, I just want to thank all of my the family, obviously, and my training partners, my coaches throughout this all. It's just been a dream, and then obviously to Pulver and Andy for making this all possible, and then my opponent for taking the match. But yeah, that's all I really got. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great night of fights, and I definitely should come. I have a couple tickets left. If anyone needs extra balcony tickets, I have some left. Just hit me up on my Instagram, Facebook, anything. And yeah, it's going to be a great night of fights. I can't wait for the Fight Fest.
Are we expecting fight of the year?
You could expect it. That's the goal. It's always the goal is to get the fight of the year, finish of the year, fight of the year, whatever it is.
Man, the Manamet fighting family will be in effect, as your dad's called it.
Love it.
Brian Russell this upcoming Friday at Fight Fest Night 1. Ring Titans taking on Joshua Moraes out of Dana Gracie Plymouth. So come on down, see him. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now get back to studying.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right, later, buddy.
Take it easy, Brian. Man, I'm so stoked for that.
Yeah, so cool. We talk about that like the first night of Fight Fest, like, a lot of O&Os and things like that. But we, there are some deep-rooted O&Os there. Like, we're obviously talking about Brian Russell, Peter Barrett's little brother, Ian Barrett's on the card.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some, Stavros Batsanilis though he's 0-0 in Muay Thai, he had 7 fights with us as an
He
MMA
fought-
fighter.
And he fought the first night that I ever called fights. It's almost 10 years ago. So he's someone who's been in the game a long time, but it's never too late to try something new.
Yep, it's absolutely. So there's definitely some good meat on the bones there on Friday night. Well,
You're trying to get me back in training?
dude, come on. How do I not ask that question when he's on? You know,
I never even thought of it, but there we go. That's
when I saw you both on the screen, the first thing I thought about, I was like, man, these guys. I was like, how funny would that be?
Man, I didn't even want to fight Adam. I don't want to fight Brian either.
I will say you didn't want to fight Adam. I remember you like, dude, if I got to, I will, but like I didn't want to, you know. But there was a time, Andy, that you used to always say to me.
No, there was like a couple of times where like, and there weren't even favorable matchups for me. Some of them, it was just like a big fight fell out. I'm like, ah, shit, I'm kind of in shape. I've been training. I'm like, I haven't put a camp in, but fuck it. There were a couple of times I definitely contemplated it, and you didn't let me.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was Battles. That was one that you were like, all right, fine. I know.
Battles? I never stepped. I wasn't gonna fight Battles.
I thought you mentioned Battles.
When was I gonna fight Battles?
You weren't gonna fight him, but I remember I was like, oh, dude, his fucking fight fell out, and he had a bunch of tickets sold, and I could have swore you're like, I guess I'll get in there and take a quick.
Oh, back when I was fat and drinking all the maybe I did.
You're like, I'm gonna take a quick beating if we need to, if it helps the show.
I might have actually. Now you think of it, I forgot how fat I was, but I'm thinking like Battles. He said I was 260 at one point, so maybe I did say something that stupid. I think I'm shit. I think that might have actually happened. If you mentioned that,
it was absolutely true. You were like, I'm like, you're getting murdered, dude. I can't do that to you.
See, that's just crazy to me that even registered in my head 8-9 years ago. Whenever I was a fat fuck, that I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go take a beating to save a show. Like
Chris Cushman, short notice, Andy, new mythical fighter unlocked.
Hey, there were a couple of times that almost did happen, actually, where I did throw my name in the hat. I never really talked about that. But yeah.
One time you said it to Boats at the bar. Like the day of the fight week, you're like,
yeah, he was making a stink about his opponent pulling out and won, and I was like, I'll fight you.
I mean, that was his first fight too, I think, against Gage Luby, and his opponent pulled out, and we were all just hanging out at the bar talking.
Yeah, and he's only if you let me
I'll
win.
fight you. You're like, I'll fight you. Like, whatever, fuck it, let's do it.
I'll let you win.
Pumped to see Adams. Pumped to see Ian and Stavros. I do like short notice Andy, the new mythical fighter. Rob Pico. That's why in the old days they would wipe out the bloodline. Revenge from the Sons. There you go. You can pull off the old Paul Felder. That's 4 ounces of freedom's comment too. Pull the Paul Felder.
You were witness. I did almost do that a couple times, but
yeah, you definitely did. Hey, listen. Back in the day, I've told this story before. Tateki Matsuda was scheduled to fight Robbie LaRue for our Cage Titans bantamweight title. Tateki was defending his belt. Robbie LaRue got hurt overnight going into the weigh-in, cutting weight, fell, slipped, whatever, one of those bathtub fall things. Had to get rushed to the hospital, couldn't fight. Tateki had an entire film crew filming a documentary about him from Japan. And he was like devastated. And he's like, I got to do something. And I was like, all right. Like, he's like, a grappling match, anything. And this was like Cage Titans 7. I didn't have the Rolodex that I have today. I could put a word out right now and probably get a match for him. But back then I didn't have that Rolodex. So it was like, all right. And I was still kind of in my fighting days back then. Like, I wasn't too far removed. So like, fuck it, I'll grapple you. So I was in the suit all the way up until intermission, took the suit off, got in there, grappled Tateki at intermission for the film crew. And I'll never forget this because I think we're just going to have fun and mess around for the cameras. And you've heard this story, so sorry to bore you, Andy. But,
it's not boring. I think it's a riot.
It's, just I'm going to move around and just kind of have some fun with it. So, like, I get out of my suit, I go in the cage, like, I'm on the mic. And then next thing you know, his music hits. He's walking out with John Johnson, Mark Delagrati, his whole fucking corner train. And I'm just standing in the cage by myself thinking we're going to have some fun. And then the match starts and they're screaming instructions at him. And I'm like, fuck, I'm in a fight here. What's going on? And we ended up having a great match, but it was pretty funny. Adam Russell remembers it, but I'll never forget because I think I'm just going to mess around, like move for the camera or have a little fun. But dude, he had a full corner man, full walkout. They're screaming at him and they're giving instructions. I'm like, dude, I guess it's
That
on.
was your Vince McMahon moment.
Yeah, dude, it was on. Me and Siteki had a match. Yeah, we had a match, man. We had a match for sure. But anyways, enough about me and that. But yeah, anywho, I threw in the comments.
I can't even imagine how that would have gone if I'd fought Battles. If you'd let me do that, thank you for not letting me do that.
Would have put you down and smashed your face.
I know it would have gone so bad. It would have been so bad.
Real quick, I threw it in the comments. That's the link. All you got to do is click the link or copy and paste it and throw it in your browser on your phone. Bring you on the show. If you're a fan, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us what fights you're looking forward to most. If you're one of the fighters on the card, call in and just talk about your fight. This is kind of open format today. So whatever goes. We're
going an hour. We haven't talked about a single fight other than the Brian Russell who called in. I don't know if we're going to be able to go through all 33 fights.
Adam Russell's best. He goes, you walked up to the stage still carrying your suit to put it back on. Dude, I'm telling you, it was wild. Actually, I want to share a fun. First off, shout out to me and my wife's friend Sal in Bree, who got married this weekend. Beautiful wedding at the Venezia. And then we stayed at the Encore Hotel. And where I'm going with this, so cool. First off, congrats on the wedding. It was a beautiful wedding, beautiful day. We had an amazing time. But we go to Encore, and who comes out of one of the bars? Jaylen Brown. The Celtics. Andy's like, I don't know what that sport is. But anyways, Jaylen Brown comes out. And I was like, yo, JB, what's up? He's like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, I own Cage Titans. Remember me? He's like, oh, yeah, I remember you. He goes, I might pull up on Friday. I go, what? He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I know you got the Muay Thai fights. I might pull up on Friday. And I was like, oh, cool. And if you remember, the day before, huge shout out to Lionel Young doing big things. He's Jaylen Brown's trainer. That's how Jaylen Brown came to the first Cage Titans. And then he came another time because he had such a good time. But Jaylen Brown and Lionel and I Show Speed, which I guess is a big YouTuber, were all training with Lionel at Citadel on Friday. So it was fresh in Jaylen Brown's mind when I saw him the next day on Saturday. I was like, I saw you guys training at Citadel. He's like, yeah, man, I'm a big fan of Muay Thai. I might roll through. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get a Jaylen Brown sighting at Ring Titans. And how epic would that be for our debut event?
Yeah, that would be something. It was like, listen, I used to watch sports back in the day. Now I watch fights every weekend. I had to give up watching sports a few years ago, and I haven't gone back. But I was a big Celtics fan and Patriots fan and Red Sox fan way back when, even though I've fallen off the map. So I knew who Jaylen Brown was. But it's definitely cool whenever we do have Boston sports representation there. I remember the Bruins showing up there when Ty Law, handing Ty Law the T-shirt cannon was definitely the highlight of my Cage Titans tenure because I grew up watching him win Super Bowls as a kid. So, yeah, if Jaylen Brown shows up to Ring Titans 1, I think that's just certainly a big thumbs up from my end. I think it's super cool to have Boston sports legends at our events enjoying what we do for a show on their days off. So,
yeah, it was crazy because like the first time he came, because he came to watch Lionel. And then the second time he came, he had such a good time when he came to watch Lionel. He was like, yeah, it was a random day. And he was like, I'm going to come. Actually, Lionel's speaking with JB tomorrow to confirm if he's in town. He told me he wanted to come. Yeah. Eric Grossman was there at Citadel, obviously, with him. We posted some pictures.
You were talking you were talking about back to basics earlier about having a lineup of guys, 9 guys fighting Citadel's got to be close up there. I'm looking at the lineup, and Citadel is just riddled through the list of fights on Friday. They got a ton of
6 fighters.
Yeah.
6 fighters, 7 fighters, 7 fighters. Now, the thing with Back to Basics, they have 9 fighters over 2 days. Eric and Citadel have 7 fighters on day 1. they're all on the same card. Six. Well, I'm counting Stavros, Eric. I'm gonna give you, or I can give you half credit or whatever you want, but I'm giving you a Stavros as well. So yeah, 7 guys fighting on night one. So that's incredible. And I got to give a shout out to Eric Grossman and Mark Meltzer from North Shore Muay Thai. Obviously, Eric's from Citadel, but those 2 guys were pretty instrumental in really giving me the kick in the ass to get this thing going with Ring Titans. When they came to me, we had a meeting and sat down at Coops, and it was that driving force that kind of was like, Mike, you should really get this going. And Eric has been great. Like, he has so many guys because he was just like, listen, man, I was the one pushing you to do this. If you have openings, I'll give you guys. I don't care if we win, lose. He's like, I want this show to be successful. So, he's been instrumental in helping me out, getting a lot of fighters from his gym. So yeah, they're going to have a big night on that night as well. Anywho, next up, we got Joe Brunel calling in. I think he just disappeared for a second, but he's back. Joe Brunel has competed at Cage Titans. He had an incredible debut a few shows back, really showcased his striking against Brian Daviage. Where he fell short was the ground game, and Daviage was a wrestler growing up. So, Joe's been over at Gillette's, over at USMMA, a bunch of different places, and he's like, I really want to kind of get into Muay Thai because I think that's really going to be a true showcase of my skills. You got to see it when I competed at MMA, but I think in a full-out Muay Thai fight, I'm really going to get a chance to display my skills. He's done some fights over at Wishers where he's won, but he is back for night one. He's taking on Diego Martin out of North Shore Muay Thai, brother of Ozzy Martin. So without further ado, bring in the man himself, Joe Brunel.
What's up, guys? Man? What's up?
What's going on? Actually, I even forgot you did Rough and Rowdy too. I forgot to give that.
Yeah. My first little stint.
How was that?
Yeah, that was cool. That was the first time I had ever stepped in a ring. So it was a crazy experience. And it was at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. So I walked out and I'm like, holy shit, man, this is crazy. It was cool though.
What was your nickname?
I fought a guy that was 285 pounds, and I was only 215, and he was just like mauling me, so I really couldn't. I won the fight, but he was just mauling me the whole time.
What was your nickname? Because don't they come up with funky nicknames?
Yeah, they called me the Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do one of those crazy promos, or you just kind of kept it real?
No, I just kept it real with them, and they called me. They wanted me to fight a guy from AEW Wrestling that was 6'9" at first. Yeah, some like freak show. I was like, nah, I'm gonna pass on that. But after seeing the guy fight, I probably would have rather fought that guy. So,
well, anyways, fast forwarding. Your Cage Titans debut wasn't too long ago. Brian Daviage, you really showcased some great stand-up in that. Brian just had a little bit of the edge on the ground game. But since then, you've competed at Wishers. Did you win? You won that Wishers, and
it was actually Gillette's Cage Courage event. The same thing. I like the Cage Courage events. Tim's a great dude, so whenever he has those, I'm gonna be fighting on him. It's a nice little smoker. Definitely good to get the juices flowing, get in there, throw hands. It's a great event.
Nice. So you got some more experience, and now here you are. The opportunity came up, and you're going to be rolling in the first ever Ring Titans. What do you know about your opponent Diego, and how you preparing for him here?
Yeah, so I've done. Me and the guys, we've done a lot of research on Diego. I respect him as a fighter. He seems like a great fighter. It's definitely going to be, most likely going to be my biggest challenge to date. And I know he's coming off a knockout win I saw on their family YouTube, which is, it's cool. Good for him. Challenge for me, and I'm looking to step in and take that challenge and see if I can get the win here. I firmly believe that I'm going to win this fight. So it's going to be fun. That's what it's about to me. I like having fun. and I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And you know, in your time away from Cage Titans since your debut, you've been training a lot at Gillette's. I've been seeing you really grind and putting the work. I've seen you doing some time over US MMA. Where's your travels brought you? Are those the two main spots? Have there anybody else?
Yeah. Yeah, I pop into USMMA here and there. I've been at Gillette's a lot lately. I wish I had a longer camp for this fight, but I mean, I've been there almost every day at Gillette's. I've been popping into USMMA at least, twice a week, and I just sparred at USMMA like last week, and it's always great work there. That's an amazing gym. They're both great gyms, and yeah, I've been getting in some work. I'm feeling good, and I'm looking forward to this fight, man. We're ready.
Man, we're definitely looking forward to it as well. You know, a couple days away. You know, I'm going to bring you up full speed, you know, full size, and give you the last floor, the last word. But tell the fans why they should tune into your fight and why they should circle your fight on night one of Fight Fest. The promo floor is yours, as they say. So give it to us.
Man, you guys, this fight, it's going to be a great fight. Me and this guy, we're big dudes fighting at 205. We're both coming to scrap. He's coming off a knockout. I'm coming off a win. It's going to be fireworks. Tune in. We're going to be throwing these hands, baby. Let's go.
There you go. Well, Joe, thank you so much for calling in. We cannot wait to see you perform. We'll see you on Thursday at weigh-ins, and then we'll see you in the ring. I was gonna say in the cage. We'll see you in the ring on Friday night.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you later.
Right. Later, buddy.
Take it easy, Joe Burnell.
I love it, man. I love this. You know, the same thing. He came over from Rough and Rowdy at his first fight with us. Kind of realized a few things, and he did the necessary changes within his fight camp and preparation. You know, teaming up with Jim like Gillette's and putting the time in. So I'm excited to see what he comes back with some new tools and with a team behind him. What he can do in the ring on Friday night.
Yeah, taking the learning lessons, adapting, and he sounds like he's beyond excited and ready. So this is Fight Fest. So you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's crazy because, you know, when you think about these like Rough and Rowdies, there's been one or two other guys who have tried to make the transition over from Rough and Rowdy into you know, like a cage fight, whether it be Cage Titans or whoever else. And typically they realize real quick what Rough and Rowdy does is not really anywhere near what actual trained fighters are. They learn that.
Not even. It's like it's not even the same ballpark. It's not the same league. It ain't even the same fucking sport.
So what I'm going at is usually they'll come over, they might lose a fight, and then be like, "Yeah, I'm going back to the freak show type fights." But Joe lowered his head. We've talked since then multiple times. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not ready yet for this next card. I'm still training. I'm still trying to get better." He just did everything right. He didn't just kind of chalk up his hands and be like, you know what? I'll go back. I'm undefeated at Rough and Rowdy. I can go beat up some bums. You know, he wants to test himself on the greatest, you know, proving fields in MMA and Muay Thai. So he found the gym, got some more competitions, coming in off a win. He's excited, and he knows what he's getting. He's getting Ozzy Martin's older brother. He knows what he said. He was coming off a knockout, so he knows Diego's bringing it. But he's right. 205 pounders. Fights can end in the blink of an eye, and these guys can be throwing now.
Yeah, they're dense boys at 205. You don't blink at those weight classes. They hit harder. That's what mass does. So,
Justin Bates put a comment in. Let's get. You know what? We're gonna take these comments and we're gonna expand upon them. So, Andy, I'm gonna throw these fights at you that he's looking forward to.
I can't read that.
I want you to give me a breakdown on them. So, Justin Bates, first things first. I'm looking forward to Calvin Dalton versus Pikachu. Andy, give us the reason why that's a big one.
Well, you got the undefeated Calvin Dalton taking on Matt Martinez. in a flyweight title eliminator. Both guys are vying for that shot, and they're accepting of the challenge that they face in front of them. You got Martinez, who's a dynamic striker. Dalton showcased that he's well-rounded with his wrestling background. They're going to clash their styles in the middle, and the best man's going to emerge. And they're both lightning fast, super confident, riding momentum, and hungry behind it all. So that's why that fight is exciting. Just go down the line, Eldridge Napito. You could take the same adjectives describing that amateur fight and put it towards this professional fight. You got the undefeated Eldridge taking on Jacobo Pito, both guys on surges of exciting, dynamic finishes at Memorial Hall that fans are excited to see take place again, especially when they face off against each other for interim gold, while the division's on hold as zipping up right there. But yeah, as the division's kind of on hold with news developing in the future. But, Eldridge undefeated out of Nostos. That team is on an absolute surge right now. I think they're undefeated for the year. Jacobo Pito representing Back to Basics. We talked to Kadu Lanes earlier. They're undefeated on the year. They both have goals to stay that way as camps. And this is the epitome and pinnacle that they both have for fighters right now that are fighting for a title. So a lot of pride on the line. And it's just a heated matchup for any fight fan, let alone those who are familiar to the New England. Costa versus Peñafiel. It's a legend matchup in a legend sport at a Legends event. That's all you need to know. There's dashes on the records because this is a small glove Muay Thai event. They're both legendary for their own reasons. At Cage Titans, Randy Costa obviously bringing a 4-0 record of electrifying finishes before his UFC stint, and the accolades that he's gone on to collect since then. It's beyond touching to see him come back and want to fight for Cage Titans again, given all that he's accomplished, and to take on the era that preceded him or succeeded him in the party era. Once Randy went off to the big show, that's kind of when the party era started snowballing into what it became, where Joe Peñafiel won the championship and put forth fight of the night after fight of the night after fight of the night performances that made him everyone's favorite Floridian at Memorial Hall. And these two fan favorites are going to brace themselves for brutal combat to grace the fans for entertainment value in a sport that both are familiar with, but both debuting in simultaneously. They're fighting in a ring, they're fighting Muay Thai, but they're fighting with small gloves. A lot of variables that are changing, and that's just two guys that are willing to take those challenges on. Woody versus Lanes, we talked earlier. Unfortunately, that fight scrapped, so no need to go on there. But yeah, Dakota Bush and Joe Giannetti. The return of Joe Giannetti is exciting news in the main event of Cage Titans 73. He's a fighter that everybody's been dying to see return. You've seen him win submission of the year, knockout of the year, switch kick knockouts, ninja chokes. His highlight reel just goes through the roof and back historically, that everybody knows. But equally exciting as the return of Joe Giannetti is the debut of Dakota Bush, who has similar accolades. UFC veteran, just as hungry to get back to the big show, and he's on a streak of dynamic finishes against top-tier competition as well. So to see him ready to take that step up and to fight someone the caliber of Joe Giannetti in his backyard with that hunger and drive that he's bringing in, you can't sleep on the excitement that the debut of Dakota Bush also brings, alongside the excitement of the return of Joe Giannetti. Did that do it justice? Now that you gave me a soapbox to rant on for 12 minutes straight without stopping.
I was gonna say there was a couple times like I feel bad that Andy's going on and on. I was like, let me go pop in. And then I'm like,
no, there's no need. I gotta listen to it all the time. It's all.
Usually I do the soapbox.
But I do it. I can.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
do
not.
have it in you.
I just am not structured to sit in one spot for more than an hour at a time.
Nick Kousias. I'll have to figure out how his last name is really pronounced, but Nick's also going to come. Actually, this is a great segue. Thursday night, 8 p.m. We need hands at Memorial Hall. Anybody out there watching? 8 p.m.
Yes, we fucking do.
Thursday night, 8 p.m. I need you for like 2 hours, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Whatever amount you can give me, I'll take an hour if I can.
Anybody that's ever wanted to get involved or said they wanted to, now's your fucking chance.
All those
8
times people
p.m.,
go,
please.
if you ever need anything, just let me know. I usually take that as a rhetorical. You're not really looking for me to ask you. And I'm not going to ask you, but I'm going to tell you now. I'm not going to privately text you. Don't text me and say, what time? Here it is. 8 o'clock, Thursday night. Come to Memorial Hall. We'll be there. We'll be setting up
Something for you to do.
We'll be setting up the lighting truss. If you ask me if you text me and say, do you still need people? The answer is yes, and I'm not going to reply to that text because I feel like that's the text that you want to send, that you're hoping I say no, I'm all set for, and play a game. There's no games to be played. Show up, 8 o'clock Thursday, and we'll have stuff to do for people. So if you want to come on by. There you go. Catching up. So yeah, Nick, we're excited. We're ready to run through a hall. Three goes, he's ready to run through the wall. So I'm ready to run through the wall. John O'Connell, he'll come through. I appreciate John O'Connell. He's still my hero to figuring out my internet issues that I have to shut the Wi-Fi off when I'm hardwired. And John O'Connell, for his help with me in that department, he has one of the first ever sets of reserve seats at Cage Titans. He earned himself with that tidbit of help. We're going to reward him handsomely. He's already reached out to Lilla. He will have his own section when he arrives on fight night. Party needs to be given his flowers. Everyone he has fought are guys that have had trouble getting yes to fights when there were names offered. Party always steps up. Dude, come on, man. Party gets his flowers at everything, man. He undefeated. Only loss was a split decision loss to Valdina in a title fight. 6-1 at Memorial Hall. Randy Costas name came up, and it was, yeah, that's going to be fun. Let's do it. So, yeah, that shout out to him. Thanks for the camera. I have a new camera that I'm going to debut this weekend, actually, John. So you'll get to see that this weekend. This is still my old other camera. Nick will be there. Let's see what 4 Ounces of Freedom says. Alyssa versus Alicia is one of my must-sees outside of the obvious Costa Party and Giannetti Bush. Alyssa Tatora, undefeated 2-0. Alicia Palma, undefeated 2-0, coming down from Maine.
Defeated lady scrapping somebody's almost go. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, there you go. Alicia Palma. You obviously, everybody knows Alyssa Tatora down here at Cage Titans. Both her fights have been with Cage Titans. She's a stud over out of Lozon's. Very difference in fighting styles. Alyssa, undefeated 2-0. And she's a very ground heavy fighter. As for Alicia Palma, first round knockout over Ariana Bucciaccio in 1:25. A first round knockout in 1:29 over BJ Garceau. Both her wins are a sub underneath 1:30 in the first round. This girl brings it. She comes guns a-blazing, firing out the gate, looking to kill, looking for that knockout. So a great clash of styles here. See if Alyssa can kind of pull her into deep waters, kind of weather that early storm and see how this fight plays out. Or is Alicia going to come in and fire up the crowd coming down from Maine? So that should be a fun one for sure. 4 Ounces of Freedom. Thanks for bringing that one up. Andy, give me a must-see. Give me a must-see.
A must-see of my own?
Yeah.
For which one? Friday or Saturday?
Actually, we're going to give you, let's do this. You've seen Dana White's. If you don't know, now you know, right?
I got one that's a must-see.
All right, let's go. Ready? Andy Kurz's If You Don't Know, Now You Know. Hit us.
Everybody knows. Well, no. If you don't know, now you know. 2 returns I'm excited to see. Noel Scalama versus Tyler Bork. Noel Scalama obviously was on the losing end of an exciting matchup over Anthony King a while back where he almost put Anthony King away and got finished late in the fight, but it was a war that fans are going to remember, and he's coming back hungry to get that first win. And Tyler Bork's someone who Cage Titans fans might have forgot because he hasn't fought since he beat Miguel Sevison in Miguel Sevison's amateur debut, and we know where he's at in his career right now. So that's how long it's been since Tyler Bork has graced the Cage Titans cage, but that's how dangerous he is, and the kid's a straight fucking killer. So I'm stoked to see Tyler Bork back and Noah Salama coming back as well, and knowing that those guys are matched up against each other, that's just surefire, guaranteed. I know it. I've seen both of these guys fight. They're devastators in there, and they're going to meet in the middle, and we're going to be in for a fucking show for that fight. That's it. That's all. That one absolutely perks my ears with all of the fights that are getting notoriety, all of the title fights, the professional fights. I feel like we always talk about top heavy on the cards, amateur debutants underneath there where we don't know what we're getting. That fight kind of like really seems to be flying under the radar going into this show right here, and I think that is a crazy featherweight matchup.
Ready for mine?
Let's hear it.
If you don't now you know. Every single fucking fight on Cage Titans 73 is must-see TV. Rafael Maya, purple belt stud, 100-win wrestler in his high school wrestling career. 0-0, making his debut out of Back to Basics, taking on Plymouth graduate Mark McKay, cousin of Joe Lozon, and he was a tremendous baseball athlete, played some college baseball, things like that. Now he's taking his athletic prowess to the MMA cage, making a debut. What about David Diaz? David Diaz's dad owns Diaz Karate Studio up in Lowell. David, his son, is making his debut at Cage Titans. He's been a lifelong karate guy who has tremendous acumen in striking. His only fight so far in his career has been in Puerto Rico. So this is his state's debut. Incredible striker, taking on Zach Converse out of Daniel Gracie. Daniel Gracie is known to produce studs. Local Lobo, a legend. Zach Converse actually got his start over at Surgeon Muay Thai. He trains there with one of the best strikers ever to grace New England, Chip Maraza-Pollard, if not the world. Zach Converse has competed in Muay Thai. He's finally making the jump to MMA. Two strikers are going to put on a show. Roger Santos, this kid's an absolute stud as well. I'm sorry, he's actually the purple belt. Rafael's a white belt with the 100-win wrestling season. But Roger Santos, I've heard nothing but good things. This guy's started back in the day at SBG East Coast with Steve Whittier and those guys down there. Now he's up with Jeff Perez at Back to Basics. I've heard nothing but incredible things about this kid. He's an absolute stud grappler, and he's taken on Louis Caballa out of Triforce. Louis Caballa made his MMA debut 13 years ago, and then he's just kind of putted around. He just still goes to the gym every day, but hasn't fought. He got the itch again, and he's back at it. He's taking on Roger Santos, Louis Caballa out of Triforce MMA. How do we forget about Beat the Damn War Drums, Andy? Erin Johnson, War Baby, is back, coming out of mom's basement, and she's taking on Gianna Pinasi out of Gate City, Nuri Shakur School. She's a purple belt, absolute stud grappler. No one's wanted to fight her. One person answered the call, and that's Erin Johnson. Nuri told me it's been incredibly difficult to get her an MMA debut, and we got a killer one there. And then how do we not forget about Vinny the Bull Tedesco? He lit the internet on fire at the last Cage Titans. His opponent no-showed the weigh-ins, and then we end up getting him a grappling match, and he cut a beautiful WWE-style promo that got people hating in the comments. And somebody immediately after seeing that video said, I'm his dance partner for the next Cage Titans. And that person was Brandon Avila. He's competed at grappling for Cage Titans. Great story I shared last week. When I went to Lowe's on to drop off tickets to him, I saw a phone on the desk, and it had the background was September 13th, Cage Titans. It was our poster. And I said, whose phone's that? He said, oh, it's mine. I said, oh, you have the date on your phone as your screensaver. He goes, it's been on there since you announced the dates back in December /January at the beginning of the year. This was my goal to get down and weight and fight on this card. He was like 250 pounds, competing at 160. Vinny the Bull finally gets a dance partner, taking on Brandon Avila. We talked about bulls. Let's talk about another animal, the Mutt, Drew Arpin. How do you not get pumped up about Drew Arpin, man? This kid's never in a boring fight. Fight of the year against Sandy Muniz. Incredible fight of the year. Probably submission of the year against Colin Holton. The Mutt, Drew Arpin representing hook and roll and all those studs down there. Taking on Trevor Sullivan out of Invictus. Trevor Sullivan had an incredible back and forth war with Connor Stafford 2 events ago. He's back. And he's looking to get his first win. Incredible fight. You talked about Tyler Bork. You talked about Noah Slama. We talked about Alicia Palma, Alyssa Tortora, Pikachu, Calvin Dalton. That fight alone, we've already went over it. But these 2 guys were scheduled to fight for titles, and only injury has held them back. So they said, instead of waiting for the winner of the title fight later on in the night and fighting them in November, let's just fucking fight each other in September because we want to stay busy and stay active. Huge props to both these guys. They could have sat out and waited for a title fight. They chose to fucking fight, and you guys are in for a treat. Come on, man. I'm done. There's my soapbox for the card. Obviously, we have Aiden the Candyman Giuliani against Avery Poole, undefeated out of Nostos for the Cage Titans lightweight title. We got Jack fucking Barry taking on Josiah King Fry for the flyweight title. Jake Ferry's making his pro debut against Tyler Redmond. Tom Santos is back, living in the States now for the first time ever. So he put a full fight camp in down in Florida. He's coming up to take on the Juice, Sahib Jackson, who lit Cage Titans on fire last event. The huge title fight. Mr. Virality, Jacobo Apito from Back to Basics, taking on Nick Eldridge out of Nostos, who's been on an absolute terroring run for the past year. 5-0 on the year, looking to go 6-0 and capture another title to add to his mantle with the NEF belt. And then the return of Joe Giannetti, taking on 14-4, 6-fight win streak since he's been out of the UFC, trying to punch his ticket back, Dakota Bush. If you don't know, now you know. Get your fucking tickets.
There you go.
How'd I do, Andy?
Nicely done.
Dude, honestly, as you were talking, I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, what fight can I kind of pump up? I'm like, every fucking fight on here is just fire. Well,
that's what we normally do is we kind of go through every single fight on it, but we just went through an hour and change with the interviews and everything that we did with the people calling in. It's been a high traffic show as it should be. It's Fight Fest. So yeah, you kind of just went and did the cliff notes down the line, and I just sat here and was like, oh, yeah, he's going. There's no stopping. Just let it go.
I honestly, when I look at Saturday, I just look and I'm just like, I don't even know where do you go and get your beer? Where do you go and take a piss? What fight do you circle and go, I'm going to go take a piss during that one? None of them.
And your girlfriend.
She might not want to get up for these fights because these fights are insane, man. Saturday's going to be, this could be one of the deepest cards, especially in the amateur ranks. I think every, when you talked about you don't know, now you know. Tyler Bork's only loss was to Miguel Silvestre, who's now an undefeated pro.
No, he beat Miguel.
That's what I mean. I'm sorry. Yeah, he beat Miguel Silvestre. This kid could be fighting for the featherweight title if it wasn't for Eric Wynn taking on Mike Jolliker. Like that could be a title fight with Tyler Bork involved in it. We could have probably made the girl fight, both of them undefeated, and make that an amateur title fight. Calvin Dalton and Matt Martinez, that's a title fight. Any other fight card here? It's
high caliber amateur matchups on this fight card.
A lot of deep, and then even the debuts. When you look at the debuts, it's like, oh wait a minute, that guy that's not a normal debut. That's a little oomph on that debut.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday night's gonna be bananas, and I think Friday's gonna be the perfect appetizer for Saturday. There's some deeper storylines there. We have that huge fight with Randy Coster and Joe Party. That's worth the price of admission right then and there. Since we've announced it, it was like, it's must see. So that's a huge fight. Crowning of the best featherweight in New England with Mike Jolliker and Eric Wynn. Eric Wynn's 3-1, but he's probably 4-0. They probably could have overturned that decision that he lost in his debut. And Mike Jolliker's won titles in 2 different promotions. So he's kind of looked at as the cream of the crop in in the featherweight division, though he hasn't fought for Cage Titan. So he's coming to try to collect that belt that many say means you are the best in New England. Guys have fought for other titles and then end up coming to us and say, yours is the one that we wanted to collect. So he's trying to make that stake that claim, and Eric's not so fast. So yeah, man, honestly, some great fights. We had Brian Russell on. We've had Peter Barrett's little brother. He'll be cornering. Xavier Cardona was a great late minute add to the card. Yeah, man. Actually, the don't know you now you know, Rasim Dubricki out of Citadel, 5-0, taking on Kenny Masso out of Fighting Arts Fitness, Sean Graham's gym. Kenny Masso, people from around here, not maybe our Cage Titans people, but like people that follow the fighting scene around here. This kid's an absolute stud. He's fought at No Boundary. He's fought around a lot. He's kind of like a boogeyman. Not a lot of people want to fight him. As for Rasim Dubricki, why if you don't know now you know. This kid had all his fights. He's undefeated in his home country of Algeria. He's here in the States, and he was the one that answered the call. I hear some incredible things about this guy, and we already know Kenny's a stud himself. So that fight should be, if you don't know now you know, on night one.
There we go. Man, it's going to be an exciting weekend. That's all I know.
Absolutely.
I can't sit still much longer, boss. We're going to wrap this up.
I'm ready to go. I got so much more stuff to do. I already got my third monster of the day. It's fight week.
You're back on the monster?
I'm back on the monster, man. I'm back hardlining the monster. I was doing Bloom Energy for a little while.
I know you went pretty good off the monster for a while, but Fight Fest got you monstering up this time around.
You know what it is that I'm just a fan of. I like the flavor, and I think I've told you the story why I stopped drinking it, right?
You were going to have a heart attack?
No. I stopped drinking it because before I bought my house, this new house I'm in, I was looking at a house, and when I went to go look at the open house, I'm going through the basement and looking at the basement, and there's Monster everything in the basement. Monster coolers and fucking refrigerators and signage and all kinds of stuff. I swear I told you the story. And I'm like, this house, I love the house. I was the first person to see it the first day it went on the market. And I go in the basement and it's Monster stuff everywhere. And the lady's like, oh yeah, he's like a big wig at Monster Energy. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I drink Monster every day. And I was like, this is match made in heaven. It's meant to be. First person to see the house. The first day it was on the market. I made an offer right away, right? The first, and I went like $5,000 over asking because I didn't even want it. They were going to have an open house over the weekend. And I said, I'm going to offer $5,000 over asking. I don't even want it to get to the open house. I'm the first person to see it. I love this house. This is like match made in heaven. This guy works for Monster. Like it was just too perfect. And the fucking guy didn't take my offer and he let it go. And he ended up getting like 50 or 60 grand over asking. So good on him. But I was so pissed. I was like, I will never fucking drink a Monster again in my life. Fuck that guy. I was so mad. I found him on Facebook and like messaged him. And I was like, listen, like it would mean a lot. Cause like they dicked me around. Like they were like, oh, we're thinking about it. Like, oh, my husband's away on business. So like, I haven't had a chance to talk to him about the offer. So like, it was kind of like dicking me around. It wasn't like, no, it was like stringing me along for a fucking week. And I even found like I directly messaged her because I found out I knew whose house it was. And I was like, hey, listen, I don't know if you know me, but like this is what I'm really interested. Like I tried to like reason with him and everything. And I was just like, I was so fucking mad. I'm still mad.
I'm never drinking Monster again.
I fucking am mad at myself that I fucking caved and drank Monster. But I said I'll never. I actually was at a food show because of those don't know, I have a restaurant as well. And I was at a food show and I fucking told this story to the Monster rep at the food show. I was like, and they're like, oh, I won't say his name. It's like, oh, Joey Smith. Oh yeah, he sold that house and he got relocated. He's not, he's in the southern fucking United States region now. I was like, yeah, fuck that guy. I was like, fuck that motherfucker. I'm never drinking your product. I would sell it at Coops. We don't sell it at Coops no more. Fuck them. I'm so mad. I'm getting mad just thinking about it because like this house was I loved it. I walked in, it was up on the market first person to see it, like everything. I love
Your
this house.
favorite brand, your
Favorite
loyal
brand.
monster. It's like
It's
meeting your childhood hero, and they're just a dickhead, and you're just like, fuck that guy. I can't believe I looked up to that. You're like, and
so
now here you are.
like 2 weeks ago, I was like just fiending. Dude, that's my level of pettiness. Yeah, that was my level of pettiness. I was so I went a good. I've been in this house that we bought since July of last year. So over a year. I went over a year without drinking a Monster. And I tell you, like, I know my Instagram is private, but like I have like a fun little story collection of like what my kids with different color Monster cans and stuff like that. Cause I would drink all fucking Monster Ultras, like every color, whatever.
It's disgusting.
So anyways, when I'm never fucking drinking again. And about 2 weeks ago, I still feel like an addict. 2 weeks ago, I needed an energy drink. So I was drinking like natural energy. I was doing like Bloom Energy and things like that. And about 2 weeks ago, I needed an energy drink. I was tired, whatever it was. Couldn't fucking get one anywhere. And Monster was all they had. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just get a Monster. I have to have an energy drink. I'm fucking dying right now. I'm so tired. And it's right when it hit the lips, I was like, come to Papa. I'm like, yeah, I miss you so much. I miss you so much. And then I've been back on it. Like I had, like you guys don't understand. Like I had Monster on subscription. I used to have a case every fucking every week. I'd get a case delivered to my house. I took that first sip, and it was like, ooh, yeah. Come home. Come home. Come back on the Monster.
No.
Yeah.
I did not know about the house. I thought you made a conscientious health decision to stop drinking Monster. I really thought that you had heart palpitations too many times where you're like, this is not good for me. I need to make a serious change. I can't drink 7 of these in a 16-hour period on fight night anymore because I'm 40-something years old, and that's not supposed to be happening. But now you did it out of spite because the guy didn't sell you his house.
Yeah, fuck that dude. I'm trying to find the message. If I could, I'll read the
so
message.
proud. I thought you were doing the discipline thing and like doing the quit. Like I'm just spite. That's just.
I was trying to do a quick search to find a message because I sent them pictures of me and Monster. I was like, yo, this is like too perfect. Fucking like I really want this. Like fuck that dude. You know what?
I can't believe it. This whole time I thought you were just like, I'm dedicated to making a health choice. I'm like, I'm working out more, quitting the Monster, kind of like I did when I quit drinking. And I lost all the weight. I'm like, good for you, boss. I'm making enough fat jokes where you're just sick and tired of it. You're quitting the Monster. No. The guy didn't sell you his house. And you're like, fuck this.
Listen, I can have a vice, man. Like, if those who know me.
Of course. Dude, you're talking to the king of vices. I'll never judge for the vice that you have. It's just, I had no idea. Exactly. I know exactly. That's half the reason I give you shit for drinking Monsters, all the shit you give for everybody else's vices. Because I always got a cigarette and a coffee in my hand. So it's
never had a coffee, never had a cigarette, never done a drug, including smoking weed or edibles. I've never done anything. I don't gamble. I drink fucking Monster. I drink an energy drink, and
not only you don't just drink Monster, you have a Monster subscription. That is something I never heard before either. I didn't know you had a Monster subscription.
Well, you can set it up on Amazon where it just automatic. You can subscribe to anything, but like you can do like toilet paper, so it gets delivered like every week, or paper towels, like stuff for the restaurant, whatever. Like. You can. It's not that.
I still go to the store.
I do too. I still go to the store. Every time
I go to the store to get everything. I don't buy Amazon nothing.
Listen, you don't have 5 kids, and when you do, and you don't get a chance, like going to the store is a thing. Like you don't have time to do all that stuff, so you just get it.
Fair enough.
Get it sent to the house. Anyways, enough about that. Ian Barrett. It is almost go time. Looking forward to your debut, taking on Brandon Martin. But I'm happy to say that everybody's licensing is complete. I've been busting my ass for the last few days. I went up to the commission today. Everybody's licensed. Next phase for me is licensing all the corners, probably tomorrow. That's what I'm going to work on tomorrow. Thursday, our fight week festivities start. We're doing the ceremonial weigh-ins, 8 o'clock Thursday night. If you've ever asked what you can do to help out, here's your chance. Show up Thursday night, 8 p.m., Plymouth Memorial Hall. Help us set up the cage, set up the lighting truss, and get everything ready, because Friday we have Live with Lynch, ceremonial weigh-ins, and then right into fight night. So we got to get all our setup done on Thursday. And then Saturday, after the fights on Friday night, after party at Tavern on the Wharf. Saturday, we run it back. Pre-game bash at Second Wind Brewing. We're doing the out front game day pre-game show with Lynch on the lawn of Plymouth Memorial Hall before the doors open, so you can kind of get crazy, make some signs, get wild, paint your face. Let's do it up big and make that show some fun. And then obviously Cage Titan 73, night 2 of Fight Fest, followed by the after party at Tavern on the Wharf. I got nothing else for you, man.
I got nothing either. I don't know how we're going to do it. We're going to do it, though. Yeah, it usually takes a few days to recover after a show, but we're going to be doing the Bootin' Rally, and we're going to be doing it 2 times this weekend. So, fuck it. You're back on Monster. I'm back on drugs. We're going to make it happen.
And we're not doing it the promise of a second time if you let me go first. We're really going to do it 2 times. Andy's not married. He doesn't know that joke. We're really going to do it 2 times. So yes, we're coming back 2 times. No rest period. We're coming right back to back. Let's go. Hey, we're going this weekend, man. I got some more work to do tonight, so I do got to cut. I was going to say cut it short. We're an hour and a half. Usually fight week, we're about 2 hours.
Cut it short. I tried to cut it short 40 minutes ago. We're still going, though. So here we go. All right, boss. Take it easy. Cheers, everybody. Thanks. And, see you all this weekend.
All right, cheers.
Then Plymouth, Massachusetts! Let